Hello everybody, Dr. Cari here, and today we're going to talk about the Mediterranean diet. If you haven't heard of it, it's a diet that is based on the way that cultures like Italy and France eat from the Mediterranean region. It involves eating a lot of fish, some poultry, olive oil, and a variety of vegetables. In the Mediterraneans, they do eat pasta and things like that. And in general, it's good, based on good, wholesome, healthy food. One of the things, though, that when people talk about the health benefits of the Mediterranean diet, that they don't talk about, that I think is super important, is there's two things. One, the quality of food. So in Europe, I remember we were in Italy for we got married there, my husband and I, and then we were on our honeymoon, and we were in Italy, and we went and bought a loaf of bread, and he asked the woman, how long will this bread keep? And she was like, oh, what do you mean, today? Like in Italian, In America, how long do you keep your bread in the refrigerator? Weeks, right? I mean, the idea that if bread isn't a day old bread is not fresh bread and you shouldn't be eating it is not part of our culture, and that's the problem. The quality of the food, the freshness of the food that they're eating in these cultures is vastly different than the quality of food that we eat in our culture. So in my book, I talk about this. I talk about quality of food and how to get good food, because in America, most of our food has chemicals added in it. I was standing in line in Italy, and I was in like a convenience store, and I looked over, and there was a tomato sauce cans, and I picked them up, or jars, and I picked them up and I looked at them, and they had tomatoes in them, maybe some salt in a couple of them. That was it. Go to our store and look at a can of tomato sauce. That is not what you're going to see. You're going to see a bunch of additives. You're going to see sugar. Why is there sugar in tomato sauce? It drives me nuts. Anyway, so quality, Mediterranean diet, that they eat pasta and they eat bread and they don't gain weight. Yeah, they're eating really fresh, healthy food. The other thing that they're doing that we do not tend to do in this country is they're eating in community, and they're eating, the meal is an event, and they spend an hour, 2 hours having supper. They're not eating on the run like we are. They're not sitting in front of a TV alone, scarfing down a bowl of pasta from old noodles that have been sitting in our cupboard from whatever, with some, garlic toast that's been, from bread that's ancient, with some canned Parmesan, supposedly cheese stuff. That's not what they're doing. They're eating fresh food. They're eating food that was produced locally. They're eating breads that were baked daily. They're eating pastas that were made fresh, and they're sitting down in community, and they're drinking. They're eating, and they're even might be having a little bit of wine. But again, they're eating wine, drinking wines that don't have chemicals added to it. They don't have sulfites added to it. They don't have a ton of pesticides added to them. It's a fundamental difference between our way of eating and the Mediterranean. So if you're going to adopt anything, adopt that. Adopt the quality of food, and adopt the slow atmosphere. The other thing that they do is they cook their food, so they actually get to smell it being cooked, and that has been shown to tell our body what enzymes to produce to help us digest it. We just don't do that very often anymore. We're a fast, rush culture. Yeah? So, love the idea of the Mediterranean diet. It's a beautiful diet. Who doesn't love sitting in Italy and having your mules and your mussels and your fresh bread and your pasta and yum. And make sure that if you're going to eat that way, you're eating quality, because otherwise you are just going to gain the weight. You're going to gain the weight. It's not going to work for you. Guarantee you that. So, hope that answers your question about the Mediterranean diet. Please adopt it. Please enjoy it. Make it a lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle. Clean food eating, and eating in an environment that is slow and joyful and filled with people that you love. Sending you all so much love. Dr. Cari.